All right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Raiderland Worldwide Headquarters. Glad you are with us, no matter where you are watching. Whether you're on our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, whether you're on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, or you might be on our Facebook Live page for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. They're all free. You should subscribe to every single one of them. We do different things at different places, but man, we are glad you are here on a Tuesday night. You guys will join us via the United Supermarkets and Market Street chat line. That's right, the grocery store that supports West Texas and Texas Tech, the one that has their names on things out there at Texas Tech. Drop by there on the way home today. What did I get? Nothing crazy, but I get everything I needed. Okay, I got a Detroit style deep dish pizza frozen. But I did get coffee because the wife needed coffee. So, I figured it was all going to work out pretty good. Anyways, we're glad you're with us tonight. It is a two-topic show for the most part. So I want to tell you right now, those of you getting in early, give us thumbs up, just like James doing right there. Let us know the audio is good, the video is good. That's for the OGs out there back in the old Periscope days, all right? Let us know the audio is good, the video is good. Kind of a two-topic day. Tuesday's best, two greatest concerts, shows you ever saw in Lubbock. The venue, the artist, the band, the singer, whatever it was, wherever it was, whenever it was, you get two tonight on Tuesday's best. And then your favorite storyline so far out of Texas Tech football here during August. Whatever we call college football training camp, which we might as well just call it training camp, right? NFL's training camp. Why can't we call it training camp? It's the same thing. But anyways, your two favorite stories. I have two storylines that I really like, that I really enjoy right now, and I think they bode well for the team. But I just like watching them. What are your two favorite storylines right now? This entire show tonight will be you on the comment line getting in and making an impact. So let's get it going. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. Start your day every day there. We got your question of the day, Raiderland hot links, all the cool stuff you didn't know you needed to know, but you know it because you go there and now you know it. Brought to you by The Reserve, a culinary tavern, great place in West Texas, in Lubbock, Texas, 103rd and Quaker. All right, so it's got a fun, cool, funky atmosphere. It's got a great, awesome menu. Dare I say eclectic. Great drinks if you're into that sort of thing. And yeah, they'll show all the Texas Tech games on TV. Is it a sports bar? No, it's not a sports bar. It's great for brunch. It's great for dinner. It's whatever you like, but you need to check it out. The Reserve, a culinary tavern. Great supporters of Texas Tech. Also brought to you by Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico, in the heart of town. So we got all sorts of places you can stay around the area. We love our friends at Tall Pine Resort up the valley. If you want to be in the heartbeat of Red River, though, walking around town, you don't even have to use your car for several days. During, the summertime, you can walk down to the river. It takes about 38 seconds, I think. You could be fishing. Wintertime, you can literally walk over to the ski area. It's a short drive, though. Take the truck. It's not that hard, but you get the idea. Awesome place. Billy will take care of you. My man, Billy Hurst, general manager. They have so many things going on. Later on this week, we got the Red River Music Festival going on. Then you got, September stuff with Aspencade coming up. You need to get in at Lifts West Hotel and Condominium. Can't recommend it enough. Great people. All right, so let's get it going. Your favorite Texas Tech football storyline so far this year, what is it and why? Oh, and by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, you can share this with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like it. We hope you do. We need you guys to do that and grow the show and share it with your friends. And that's how we take care of our great sponsors. And I know you guys want to do that for our great sponsors. So I know you're going to do that tonight. And then Tuesday's best, Lubbock concerts. The best, greatest Lubbock concerts you've seen over the years. Give me two. I'm looking forward to this one tonight. I'm looking forward to your comments and the shows from big venues to small, rock to country, and everything in between. And a whole lot of football in between as well. All right, James, getting us rolling, says, my two for Tuesday, only 2 trips to Walmart, moving my daughter into her dorm at Hill State. Rock on Hill State. Here's to my brother, proud Mississippi State graduate, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 96, 97, whatever it was. So Hill State, only 2 trips to Walmart. I'm trying to think when we moved my son in last year and his freshman year at WT. I think it was one. I think it was 1 trip to Walmart that day. 1 trip to Walmart, and then maybe 1 trip to Brahms, I think. And then we had to go. Chris jumping in. He's on Facebook. It's not a drug. That's an actual social media application that you guys should use. Just from what I've heard, Micah Hudson's nose to the grindstone and working hard. So that's one of our questions tonight that we want to hear from our good Red Raider friends and fans. Your favorite Texas Tech storyline so far this August? Texas Tech ranked for the first time preseason since 2008. They've only been preseason ranked, I think, 4 times, maybe, in the last 50 years or something. Jeff Fuller, who covers BYU, writes about BYU, but is a great analytical, statistical breakdown guy. I can't even begin to articulate the post he had earlier today about the last 50 years of the AP poll and teams that overperformed, underperformed, how many weeks they were in, how many weeks they were out, where they started, where they finished, whatever. I reposted that on Twitter, so look for that. But basically, Texas Tech hadn't been in the preseason poll much, and they finished in the poll, I believe, more times than they started in the poll. So that's good. They overperformed. But it's a nice change of pace. Your favorite storyline so far? Yeah, so Micah Hudson. The best thing I think going on right now on the Micah Hudson storyline is that it's, to me, not really a storyline. That you're talking about Coy Aiken, you're talking about other receivers, that it's not where we were a year ago, where I wrote in my, I can still remember writing this, going into the Washington State game, that Micah Hudson would need, what was I expecting? What do we need to see? What do we need to see out of Texas Tech? We need to see Micah Hudson look like the best receiver on the field. And then we have Josh Kelly, and then we have no Micah Hudson. And then I'm looking like an idiot because I bought into the hype. We all bought into the hype. Texas Tech sold the hype, and this is a debate for another time, but I agree with why they were hyping up Micah Hudson. So now we come back a whole year later after a trip to College Station, and we go, all right. And I really look at it this way, like he's a completely new recruit, a transfer who's never been here. We know he has. And anything you get out of him is gravy. That's the way I look at Micah Hudson right now. He's not one of my, top storylines right now. But he could be big. All right, you tell us. Get on the United Supermarkets and Market Street chat line tonight. Where are my Twitter people? At Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter. Where are my YouTube people? You know we're going to be here every night at 6:30. We're going to run you right to 7 o'clock. And then I'll make that a Detroit-style pizza that I get at United Supermarkets. Frozen. Yeah, it's frozen. I don't live in Detroit. And really, it's kind of like the Detroit-style pizza is like a pan pizza, but that's okay. Also, a question tonight, Tuesday's best, 2 greatest concerts that you ever went to, ever saw in Lubbock, Texas, USA. Now, when I say concerts, I could mean just a road show at the Blue Light, Midnight Rodeo, Cook's Garage, United Supermarkets, Coliseum. I could be talking about the Tornado Jam. We put the picture, Joe Ely's Tornado Jam from 1982. We put the picture of the poster that he created for that. People went nuts on that today on social media. I love it. Joe Elia, moderate artist, not Paul Milosevic, but moderate artist. So give me the best shows you ever saw. Who was it? Tell me about it. Jump in on that United Supermarkets chat line. You guys love your music. I want to hear about it. And this show is about you tonight. So I want you really, if you've never even commented on the show, you watch, you dip in and stuff. Hey, tonight's your night. Got something for you. Chris, I know no one will agree, but Kiss, maybe 91 was great, and Poison. I don't remember if that was the same show. I remember Kiss was in town rehearsing for like a week and a half. And there were a couple of bands that did that in the late 80s and the 90s that would come to Lubbock and hang out for a while. ZZ Top did it. Kiss did it. AC/DC did not do that. I don't know why I thought of AC/DC also. But I remember the show, and that was Kiss, no makeup, if I remember correctly. And if I remember the story right, man, it's going back a ways. The pyrotechnics they brought in were too much for the Coliseum, and they almost like blew up stuff, and they had to dial it back. But if I remember right, in that era, I think Kiss was about to start their tour, and they came in there and hung out for a while. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Barbara, Elvis in the 70s, Elvis at the Coliseum in the 70s. Not Elvis at the Cotton Club in the 50s, but Elvis in about 1971 plays the Coliseum, if I remember the year correctly. I think it's about 71. Never saw Elvis. Saw Elvis on satellite TV live from Hawaii when I was a wee youngster. I remember my parents having that on. About 74, somewhere through there. Yeah. Chris, jumping back in, Tuesday's best, your two greatest concert experiences, greatest shows, greatest performers, whatever, from little bitty arenas to the Coliseum and the United Supermarkets. Kiss opened their world tour in Lubbock. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that was going on there. You know, that was obviously pre-internet, pre-social media, pre-whatever. But there would be rumors going around that, hey, man, Gene Simmons is hanging out at Lone Star Oyster Bar. You know, Paul Stanley is at Midnight Rodeo, something like that. And I don't know how it would filter around, but it would filter around and everything else. I also want your top storylines out of Texas Tech football tonight, so far through August, leading up to kickoff in. Where are we? We're on the 12th, and it's going to be on the 31st. And got a dry erase calendar up there. Not very far. What are some of your favorite storylines for Texas Tech football? And then share this and invite people in, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter, X at Ryan Hyatt Media, doesn't matter. All right, so one of my favorite storylines so far, what I am intrigued by, what I'm really looking forward to see play out. You have a new offensive coordinator, but you also have a new toy in Quentin Joyner at running back coming in from USC. And when Joey McGuire met with the media after the scrimmage this past weekend, learn coach speak, learn what they value, learn what they talk about first. And he talked about first almost the running backs. The running back by committees, you know, we're calling the committee. Well, you do that because you want guys to be happy. But at a certain point, while all of the animals are equal, some are more equal than others. And nothing against, you know, Dickey or anybody else, but I'm intrigued by Joyner in what he might do in this offense, what he might do with this offensive line. And I guess you could just sit there and go pregame. All right, everybody gets 8 carries, and we're going to have 24 rushes, and everybody gets 24 rushes. I know we've seen the hot hand. We know how it works. All right. The running back room right now intrigues me because I do believe it's very talented. But I also think with Joyner, you got a guy who can catch it. You got a guy who can run it. You got a guy who can do some different things. That really intrigues me right now, and it would be easy to say, well, favorite storyline, the offensive line, defensive line, talent brought in everything else. Okay. I kind of know. I kind of know what your quarterback's going to do. I think he's going to be good if he's healthy. Receivers, okay. Running back after Taj Brooks leaves, and you have a new, again, fresh coordinator, looks at it a little differently. The whole Joyner thing really, and I hope I'm not falling into the, well, he came to Lubbock from LA and USC, and I mean it's like getting Marcus Allen and Charles White all rolled up into one. Lindell White, I don't know. We'll see. You guys give me your favorite storyline so far. What are you loving? I've got another one, and I'm going to tell a story, a Texas Tech royalty story regarding one of my others. Tuesday's Best, two greatest concerts you've ever seen in Lubbock, greatest shows you've ever seen. Did no one see Def Leppard in 1983 at the Coliseum, or was it 84? Did no one see the show? High and Dry, Photograph. No one saw Rat, where a guy got stabbed. Timbo is on our YouTube channel. Ryan I, it's Raiderland, a YouTube free. Everybody on YouTube watching, give us thumbs up, like it, share it. Many Joe Ely shows in the Whalers Depot Warehouse. My ears never recovered. Yeah, Ely, depending on the era in Lubbock, Roxy, Fat Dogs, obviously the Tornado Jam. I mean, Coldwater Country. Where do you want to go? The many Ely shows. I saw, several, 3 or 4 Ely shows at the Depot Warehouse that were all great, that were all incredible. And one of them, did you see? Hold on. See that right there? Can't see that really good. A lot of people think that's me. I'm intrigued how many people think that's me. It's not me. It's Joe Ely's original album. And it's autographed by 2 people. The man who painted the album cover, Paul Milosevic, the great Lubbock, Santa Fe, Trinidad, Colorado artist, and Joe Ely. So in 97, that was released in 77. In 97, he signs it and autographs it after a show at the Depot. I brought the album cover up there, said, hey, man, I'm a geek, I'm a dork. You don't, remember we had beers about a year or so ago when you were hanging out down here. We ate, we were hanging out at Stubbs after a show, me, you, Elvis T. Busboy, a couple of guys. He's like, oh, man, yeah, that sounds really good. I don't remember. But the autograph is 20 years later. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. The Milosevic signing is kind of personal, and I'll keep it that way. Yeah, that's Joe Ely right there, Timbo. And then I got to meet him several times after that. It's always pretty cool. O-line has to be a storyline. O-line got to be a storyline. That sounds like the beginning of a rap song. O-line got to be a storyline. If you ain't got the O-line, there will be no storyline. I like that. Florida Raider, YouTube. I know he's hit thumbs up. I know he's sharing. Only a few good O-lines in my 45 plus years of watching Texas Tech football. Obviously we can go back. Manny Ramirez and the Cody Campbell, we got to throw him a bone. There were some good O-lines in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. 89 had a really good O-line. 88 and 89, that O-line was recruited mostly by Jerry Moore, and then 5th-year seniors in 89 under Spike Dykes and the All-American Bowl team with James Gray. Those were really good. And then the 70s were dotted with great offensive linemen, from Dan Irons and, so many different players like that. Tech's had some really good offensive lines over the decades. Don't forget Tuesday's Best, your two greatest favorite Lubbock concerts of all time. I want you guys sharing this, putting it out there. I know the fake Natalie Maines has already done that on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media if you're not following. Dear Hyatt, how are you? Hell, I don't know. I'm upright, but I'm not upstanding. I am fair to middling. Saw 32 degrees when they were getting their start at Whalers Bay. Which Whalers Bay? The one across from the driving range at Treasure Island, or the one they moved down the Brownfield Highway? And the worst thing they did when they built the new Whalers Bay, they took the original Whalers Bay architectural designs, flipped it, and if you had too many cocktails, you thought you were walking to the old bathroom and you walked into the kitchen. I heard somebody say one time. Hands down, it's still the best show I've ever seen. 32 degrees. Too bad they don't come back around these parts. Just too big now. And that's what happens. A lot of great bands. They go regional, then they go statewide. And all of a sudden, they're playing in Alamosa, Colorado, Chapman, Kansas, all the garden spots, Lenexa, Iowa, and you can't get them back. But I feel like we gave them a good start. Tuesday's Best, Lubbock concerts, your favorite ones over the years. Two best concerts, best concert venues over the years, right? Big, small, everything. Best show you've ever seen at United Supermarkets Arena. I saw one of the first shows ever at United Supermarkets Arena in 1999, and it was the Creed show, full Devil Jacket opening, and there was another band in between. I don't know who it was. It was a 3-band act, so full Devil Jacket. I don't remember it, but yeah, that Creed show, and I, because I was insanely popular and huge media person at the time, and knew everybody. I don't know. I ended up with tickets down lower stage level on the floor, just right in the first little set of seats down there, right off of where the baseline would be for a basketball game. So I mean, we're right there by the stage. I'm catching. I got a drumstick. I'm getting guitar picks. This is huge. And at the time, we didn't know Creed was going to be like the greatest band ever. The greatest band ever in the history of Texas Ranger baseball. So yeah, that was the first show I saw there at United Supermarkets Arena. And then I realized real quickly, doing Later Raider basketball, they only brought the shows in when we were out of town. All of the great shows that y'all saw, we were almost always gone. Oh well. But it sounded good when we called back home and see how it was going. JC, no concerts in Lubbock except Asleep at the Wheel at Midnight Rodeo, or whoever rolled through, and a few at the Depot, the old Depot beer garden, or the warehouse. Storyline will be how Tech stopped unrelenting blitzing. Only way to stop Tech. Tech stopped unrelenting blitzing. Now, is the O-line stopping the unrelenting blitzing on the quarterback, or is that Tech not having to unleash unrelenting blitzing? Is that one of the original names of Santa Claus's reindeers, by the way? I don't know. If you don't have to blitz on defense, that's great. If you can stop the blitz on offense, that's great. Barbara, Elton John. Took your daughter to see Elton John. Again, on the road. We're on the road. Jerry Jeff Walker too many times. Willie Nelson too many times. Great concert, early 90s. Reba McEntire. But Charlie Daniels opens up in the spring of 92. And Charlie Daniels just blows the roof off the place. It's great. Reba comes out, does Little Rock, goes back in 5 minutes later, comes out wearing a new dress, does another song, comes back out. I'm worn out. Charlie Daniels is great on that one. Let's see. I mean, so many different shows, so many different ones over the years. What I mean, what would they be? Uh, David Allen Coe, Midnight Rodeo. The dude was so strung out, and every other line out of his mouth was, "Every one of these songs you're going to hear tonight, I wrote these songs, and there are a lot of people out there trying to sing these songs, but I wrote these songs. Every song you're going to hear tonight, I wrote. Here's a song from Willie Nelson." What? Barbara. He was in Lubbock. No, Elton John was in Lubbock. I know he was. I couldn't be there because I had to be on the road. They would only do the shows when the Lady Raiders and the Tech men's basketball teams were on the road. We never got to see them. He was in Lubbock. Also, the cool story about that, and I can't remember. You lose track of details over the years. So, like Elton John, one of the things all these artists have in their contracts and stuff, writers and whatever, but he traveled with a baby grand piano that was not on stage, it was in his dressing room. And I think, if I remember right, so underneath the United Supermarkets Arena, there are multiple locker rooms, and there are rooms for the officials, locker rooms for the official, whatever. And I can't remember, I think the media room where they do interviews, they turned into the dressing room for Elton John. But they had to bring in a baby grand piano, and it was in the dressing room. Not the one he played out there, just to have a piano in the dressing room. Pretty cool stuff. Share show, easy for me to say. It was kind of the same way. We were getting ready to head out of town, and they were loading into the back of the arena where we were loading up and getting ready to go to the airport, and just it looked like a zoo was coming in. Crazy stuff. Shows at the Coliseum, though. Sammy Hagar, Can't Drive 55. Def Leppard, don't know if my folks know I went to that one, but I did. Golly, what were they thinking? Cheap Trick, Coliseum, no air conditioning. Bon Jovi, Coliseum, 89, and I'm on a cracked ankle. Had been playing basketball at the rec and did everything but break it. Went to the Quack Shack there at Thompson Hall, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, you would have been better off if you'd broken it. It's going to be a while." So I get, too bad the crutches didn't even match. Like one's up here, one's down here, whatever. $5, Thompson Hall. But we got tickets to go to the Bon Jovi show, and that was actually turned out pretty good because back then, what was this? 89? Yeah, 89. 80, yeah, summer of 89, I think. People will get out of your way if you're on crutches at the Coliseum, and they'll just think, hey, you need a drink. Worked out pretty good. And of course, I couldn't drive because I couldn't walk. Lynn jumps in on Facebook. Tuesday's best, greatest concerts, best ever venues, small, big, everything else. Of course, everything now is at Cook's Garage, from Cotton Fest to whatever's going on, and that's cool. I'm glad it's a great venue. I love they're doing it. Hold on, I didn't give you my number 2 top storyline, did I? I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. Dadgummit. We talked about running backs. I didn't give you my real the coolest thing I think is going on in Tech football right now from my personal standpoint. You guys can tell me yours. A few more minutes left. And then everybody watching, share this, invite people in, grow it on the social medias. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Lynn goes, Elton John, Paul McCartney share the Eagles. Well, I saw the Eagles. I did not. John Denver at the Old Coliseum, Chicago, Old Coliseum, and the Carpenters in Amarillo. Lynn, we said nothing about Amarillo. We don't care about Amarillo. We hate Amarillo. In Lubbock, Texas, when it comes to high school football season, Amarillo, we do not like you. Don't want to have anything to do with Dick Bivens getting hosed by the officials. So no. No, and now we're just going to Dallas. We're going where? No. It specifically said shows in Lubbock. We don't care who you've seen everywhere else. A David Collier, not the David Collier. Coolest thing, only one more open practice. That, my friend, is, and I will drink to that, an old media guard right there. One of the greatest feelings, the closing of practices, so you don't have to waste your time. I get you. I get you, brother. I truly do. Back in my younger days, all right, we get to go to break now. It's like, let's watch them stretch again. Oh, good Lord. This is what happens when you go 1 minute too long. You get this comment from my friend Andy. Stevie Ray Vaughan at Fat Gogs. Y'all remember Fat Gogs? It was right right down there from Fast and Gruel. Fat Gogs. That would actually be a great name. If I win the lottery, Andy, I will come back. I will rebuild Fat Dogs, but I will call it Fat Gogs. I don't know what a gog is. Grok can probably figure out something. And I know Andy, and I fully believe that he actually did probably see Stevie Ray Vaughan at Fat Dogs. At the time, before people knew, that Stevie Ray Vaughan was Stevie Ray Vaughan, Barbara. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. There you go. Oh, no, not that Jerry Lewis. You talking about the killer? You talking about the killer? Well, if I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell playing the piano. Yeah, I do. I have never bet on horse racing or football or baseball. I have never placed a pick six. No, I don't think it's fat. I think it's Fat Dogs. Fat Dogs became Fast and Cool, became Fast Tracks, became the Virgin. Well, it became a bunch of different things. And now you can still see the original Fat Dogs stained glass, kind of window hanger thing there at Mamarita's. And they have one at you got one at Mamarita's. Bruce Jaggers has one there, and one at Cat Rock Cafe. I'm 3 minutes over. Y'all better make it good. You better make it worthwhile tonight. You guys better share the dog out of this, including you, David Collier. Yeah. Things John Mateer has not bet on for 400, Alex. I mean, nothing will happen, but fascinating little story. All right, you guys are the best. I appreciate everything you do. I will tell you the bonus story tomorrow on one of my favorite storylines out of Texas Tech football camp this fall. And maybe you guys are paying attention to it, maybe you're not. Doesn't really matter. In the morning, theraiderland.com, we will have our Raiderland hot links. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be good. And we'll have our What If Wednesday. This is when we get into the alt history mode. What if something went different in history? And where would we be today if that happened? What if David Collier stayed in Idaho? Was it Idaho? No, maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyhow, it'll be a good topic. You'll like it. We're going to put this on the website, theraiderland.com. I want you guys to share this on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, X, and everything else. You guys are the best. Got to hit a couple of buttons. Otherwise, we keep on going, and nobody wants that to happen. Truly, they don't. See you tomorrow. TheRaiderland.com.